Welcome everyone to another episode of Coffee Conversation on Friday, 23rd evening at 7:30 p.m. Uh, Today's topic is a very interesting topic on a new modality, art-based therapy. So, what is art-based therapy, which we'll be knowing about today, which is a very interesting topic, and we have our speaker, who is an art therapist, mindfulness teacher, and an art educator. Wow, three things together. She helps you discover through expressive art techniques and writing, heals your emotions, focus on your work life. So let us explore through our today's coffee conversation what is art-based therapy and what are your concerns, everything, with our speaker of the day, Raadha Shalini. Welcome,
Thank
Radha.
you so much. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity
All
to
right.
be able to speak here. That's always nice, working hard to extend therapy to more and more motto of my life. Everybody has that, don't have or on.
Your voice, you're not audible,
Yeah,
Radha.
your voice
Sorry,
is cutting
Shalini.
in between.
Can you come a little
Okay.
near? Yes.
Yeah. Now it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's proper now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Super.
fine. So I was just saying that this is the only motto of my life that I have to make everybody empower with this self-healing process. Something they do by themselves just 15 minutes a day and can really empower themselves and heal themselves. They would not need any therapist in their life. At least 90%, 95% things can be taken care.
All right.
I welcome everybody to join hands with me and experiment. I said, don't go with my birds. Birds just have to give few minutes of your daily life and experiment and explore and understand for yourselves. So if I come to, what is art-based therapy, can I just go directly to that, or you want me to
No, no, no,
start from
no.
somewhere?
No,
I
no,
can
no, no.
go.
We have questions. We have a flow which is
Yeah.
divided in two parts. One is
Yeah.
the main topic, art therapy, and second part is on you, Shalini, as a person, your journey. So let us go in that format. I know you're very
Yeah.
excited. We are all excited to know what is art therapy and how it can help and transform. Yeah. Over to you,
All
Mansoor.
right. All right, Shalini, it's great to have you. So let's kick it off with the first question. What is art-based therapy? Go ahead.
Yeah. Now you can.
We, as the STP, it's the
Uh,
creative ability, artistic ability to heal a certain part of you. We use art as the expression. The has seen that majority of the problems all over the world is because we are lacking in an expression and we are not able to make the other people understand and we're not able to express ourselves. A lot of limitations and everything has happened in such a way that it has restricted our expressions in like multiple ways. So an art is one medium we can build up the community where a child or whether elder they can express themselves freely in the art form. And when they do art, what is the work of the therapist is to create their ambience where they feel comfortable and express, give them the certain mediums to express it. First of all, we don't need to have the artistic ability. This is the very big myth in the art therapy that you need to be an artist to go through an art therapy. No, you don't need to be an artist to go through an art therapy. You just need to know how to scribble and move your hand and play with colors. That's the only
okay.
prerequisite. And when you make an itself, put ambience, make it
Uh,
what your emotional ups are, or whatever the state your happiness is. I would not go just only the sadness. There can be the moment of joy. They can also be and when the achieve the desired results what they are expecting.
Shalini ji, you're not audible. Your voice is cut.
Can you put your headphones or something where?
Normally in times I don't do my headphones. Okay. Now
And yeah,
Yeah, it's better. Continue.
continue.
saying in the this therapy we have this trio of the art, the artist, and the art therapist. So the system revolves in between these three.
Okay.
The artist or the person who's looking for a therapy creates a certain art. There is an art, the visual imagery, which helps connecting both the artist, and then the art therapist understands that communication and helps that person to overcome that situation. This is how it works. And it has the immense capacity to heal any kind of the problems. I haven't seen that it doesn't help in any situation. In the worst of the situations, when they are highly, medically unfit situations of the people, we have done the survey and the research on those people also. Because everything is related to your mental capacity. And when you are able to express it, and when you get this affirmed situation with yourself that yes, you can heal yourself, that you have the power, the capacity of even the medical things, if you're taking the medicines also, it also improves. So overall, it has the capacity to heal each and every person. If you don't have or have any medical situation, it can. If you don't have any, it can bring a lot of positive life skills in your life. And that's what my aim, what I have made for myself, is to empower the people who are not suffering, but giving them those life which they can adapt in their lifestyle so they can live happily by just doing simple. It is like, people do the breathing exercise or the meditative exercises. They might do yoga, they might do walking, whatever. But I said the 15 minutes of this art practice is very important for your self-care.
All right.
We have mixed up the art therapy concept along with the mindfulness things and have come out with the wonderful solutions for the all the age groups.
Okay. All right. So Shalini ji, who should go for like art-based therapy? Like which kind of people should go in for it?
That's what I just said. Gave you a little hint. It is for everybody. The people who are looking for a better living, who are looking for a well-being, holistic well-being. If you're looking at, it's the best way to go ahead. If you're suffering from anxiety, if you're suffering from, any kind of the emotional upheavals or any kind of the problems which you're not able to express any way around, even if you have visited the psychologist for the number of times and you have not seen the effect, I would say try art therapy. Experiment with it. Because visual imagery plays a very important role in our life. The images, we capture images like anything. If I say, child just makes and absorbs the images from all over, whether related to him, whether spoken to him about or not, but वो सिर्फ capture कर रहा है. And that creates memory, that creates of the child. Understanding the magics. So it is applicable for the holistic. If you're sick, you come out of that sickness, and if you're undergoing treatments also, the medical are very well. Am I able to answer your question? You want me to go further?
You go further. Yeah, you actually cut off. You couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, can you say it again?
You just repeat yourself, ma'am.
Okay, I will just explain it again.
Can you define the age groups? Age group also, so that will help the viewers. See, this is all about education now. Coffee is all about education.
Yeah. So working with the age group like 4 to 12 years majorly, where I work and empower these children with the positive life skills, where they can use this art therapy basic concept, these mindful art, for their development. You know, they can, it can bring up the self-esteem, it can bring up the resilience, persistence. You know, you talk of any quality what is needed for the child to cope up with the different challenges in life. Art teaches that. This mindful art gives you the possibility of this learning. And it is very good for the parents, young parents who don't have time, which is the majority of the cases that the parents don't have the time to sit with the child and get the things done. So the curriculum what we have developed, what the, the exercises which we have is in such a way that it will help your you to mind map your child, to understand what the child is undergoing. If he's going under some problem, whether it is something is which is not able to express in 1 hour we have or we spend with the child can do this exercise, and if the parent just look through these exercises, he would be able to understand by themselves. They don't have to go to the art therapist. And then similarly, when they do that, they have the solution to it. Because the way our curriculum, the way our exercises work is, first they help you mind map and then they give you the solution. So in developing those skills in the child, and why, if you ask me why I have chosen this age group bracket 4 to 12 years, because it has been scientifically proved that 90% of our learning is over by the age 10. Rest all are 10%. All conscious memory, habit memory is all made up by the age 10. So this is the time where we can help the next generation to come up with a positive life skill. Today, in this case, we have 67-70%. The data what WHO says is we have the data of people are depressed, people have stress. What reasons? What is the reason behind it? We need to go into that pain. What is causing that? We have lost. We've not been able to communicate with the things. We've not been able to, improve our self-esteem, and we are running after the appreciation of the people. It's difficult to control on. And with this mind is created in your childhood, it is very, yes, you can. It's a possibility. Your habit is much. It takes a lot of effort. So my 12 years, I want to bring the positive in this age bracket, so that they are able to face any kind of in the positive. We're not waiting for the from the other people. We're not looking that if I get appreciated, I'm good. They have they have their capability things. You can initiate a group and further. And looking at the, if you say elder teen age groups, it is very good. Teenage groups, lot of variations of the hormones are happening. So the child is going on. He is not able. There comes stress in the. We can initiate him some exercises by which he or she can just play with the colors, and art becomes doubt. Art doubt the kind of all your positive point. Up to somebody, you feel relaxed. No, it is like
right.
About. It is very.
We lost you again,
Shalini.
Sorry?
We lost you again.
Something happening today. Now again, I'm there?
Yeah. It's like you are there and you're not there.
Yeah, continue, ma'am. From the age group of the 18, yeah.
Yeah. So I was talking about the teenage groups. It is, they can express themselves, whatever the emotional ups and downs they have during this age. They can do very well in the art form, in the visual form. And they have a lot of resistance in this age to to express themselves openly because they are very insecure and unsure of what's going on with them. So art plays a very important role here. It gives them the safe outlet. And I just propose everybody, you know, in all my conversation, I propose to have the mindful art journaling, journals with them where they can practice. We also few initiative programs where we just give them the basic things, how they can use it. And then we'll like, they can do it by themselves.
Okay.
I am conducting is, I'm so happy about it because I'm making people free by themselves, giving them some initial tips to do it. And then they can do it by themselves. They don't have to keep on attending the classes. They don't have to keep on attending the, you know, sessions. It is like they have to practice this consistently. That's the only to keep on their consistent practice. We have a lot of things, you know, we keep on publicizing a lot of different kind of the prompts and other things on the social medias, and that's enough for them if they continue with it. But this is the practice I encourage all the ages to start doing it, because we need to understand the self-expression is the most important thing in our life. And your happiness is in you. You have yourself. Nobody is responsible for your happiness, and we cannot make anybody responsible that you are responsible for my happiness. You have to discover it in yourself. If you will not discover, I'm sorry, you know, to try, because you will not be able to find.
Yes, fair enough.
This is a simple technique, you know, which is, it's like a very simple technique which you can just allow. I would say it's an art pill. You just have to take an art pill and wait for 15 minutes to.
That's right. Okay, but Shalini ji, so then, as you said, like the teenagers and then the age group between like 12 and everything, how does this affect like people from the ages of 30 to 60? Is there any specific difference between that?
No, in this age group, when we talk about 30 to 60 people, when again, this is a lot of the problems, I would repeat here, happens because you're not able to express yourself. Whatever crisis you will talk about, the midlife crisis, you talk about the elderly age crisis, you start developing the feeling of regrets, you start developing the feeling of guilt, you start developing the feeling of the unsatisfied nature, and all these things compiled up to bring up the anxiety. Or you're trying to go after certain situation, you're very ambitious, you have the fear of perfectionism. See, these situations are very similar in between 30 to 60. Now, how art helps here? I'll go in that. Art helps, you know, we have the exercise, you map yourself. It helps you to mind map yourself. When you do this exercise, you would understand, okay, I have this fear of perfectionism. So, but what? The art will make you understand that there is nothing perfect in life.
Yes, there's nothing.
By itself. There's nothing perfect in your life, but why are we looking so perfect and bothering ourselves? So express it by themselves and look at their art, and if they're facing a major problem like panic attacks or something, and if they're with the art therapist will develop a communication with them and will guide them through a process by which they will understand through visuals the concept, how it works for them. I can speak in Hindi. I think so. You know, everybody can understand Hindi.
Yes. Go ahead. Yes.
So if I know, ऐसी चीजें होती हैं कि you know, वाला जो है कुछ कह नहीं पाता है, कुछ बना नहीं पाता और कुछ कर नहीं पाता और डरता है कहते हुए, क्योंकि उसमें वो परफेक्शनिज्म का इतना डर बैठ गया है कि मैं करूंगा तो मेरी इमेज को क्या होगा. वो निकालने के लिए we use different kind of the art techniques, और उसको हम आर्ट के थ्रू ही उनको ऐसे मोल्ड करके एक प्रोसेस में ले जाते हैं जहां प्रोसेस इज बीइंग मेड टू अंडरस्टैंड यूजिंग द क्रिएटिव एबिलिटी. तो फर्स्ट उनका जितना भी सप्रेशन था वो हमने रिलीज किया. सप्रेशन रिलीज करके दे आर एबल टू सी व्हाई वाज दिस प्रॉब्लम हैपनिंग, एंड देन हाउ यू कैन कन्वर्ट दिस प्रॉब्लम एंड मोल्ड इट इन अ वे टू अचीव द डिजायर्ड रिजल्ट व्हाट यू आर लुकिंग फॉर.
Right.
So it is very important for us to understand, you know, everybody says that I'm confused, I have an anxiety, or I have some other problem, or I have this problem. But what is the reason behind the problem? We are not able to, we don't give time that much to that point कि मेरे को anxiety हो क्यों रही है? सब कहते हैं हमारा बीपी बढ़ गया, बीपी एक दिन में नहीं बढ़ता, बीपी को 10 साल लगे बनने के लिए कि जो आज वो आपको शो कर रहा है कि आज बीपी रेज्ड है. So what have you done in the last 10 years of life cycle is reflecting now that okay, your BP is raised. So it can be just modified for a certain period of time taking a pill. But if you go into the depth,
we lost you again.
yeah. Now it's okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was saying that there's a very nice example I would say here. हम जब पेड़ के पौधे को कहीं ट्रांसफर करते हैं, when we transfer a small plant, we say कि इसको ध्यान से करना, इसके रूट को हवा नहीं लग जाए, otherwise this plant will die. Right?
Right.
This is such a example we need to understand in our lives, that if we need to kill something, if we need to, demolish some certain concept in our life, to go to the roots and give air to the roots. It will not happen if I cut the plant from the top. वो फिर से sprout करेगा.
Yes, that's a fact.
Doing depression and anxiety in all these cases, which I don't, I don't give a go ahead for this, is okay, you taking a pill which will down for a certain period of time and then go back to the normal levels. Because it is, but things like therapeutic process, like, art therapy or psychological treatments, or, dealing with the psychology, you are still going to the root and finding out the reason why they exist for you. Is absolutely necessary. So it takes time and it is applicable for 30 to 60. Journal keeping is a wonderful exercise for everybody. And I say only 15 minutes a day. Just pull out 15 minutes for a day for yourself. Close your camera. So close your phones, close your laptops, shut down your numbers. Don't talk to anybody. Just be with yourself and write. Write the feeling of gratitude, write the feeling, whatever. We have a complete program for it. People join also. Then we do it like, a 60-day program. Because if you understand, in a Vedic culture, they say that if you do a 40-day program, or if you do a 66-day program, it gets ingrained in your life.
Right.
Vedic culture said, हमने बहुत पुराने बचपन में सुनते थे ना कि कहते चलिया करो, चलिया इस 40 दिन को, किसी दिन को एक को अपने लिए adapt करो. So this is, if you see, we have the base there only. So we do this program for 40 days, 56 days, where you are given the prompt every day. You are made to, write, draw the way you want to. You can do. Or you can and then.
Right.
It has to be magical. It is a magic wand, and I am like, I really say why people think this magic. Don't know why not doing the magic. They can really make happen. It is a very easy way, and it is not.
Oh, we lost you again.
Okay, now I'm back.
Yeah, you're back now.
Yeah.
Okay. So, so just I was saying that you don't need to be, and in many ways in art, we say that it is like there's nothing good or bad. It is the way you see it. How would you decide that I'm doing something good, or how would I decide that Amir ji is doing something good? Based on my understanding, what I have seen till date.
Right. That's what they always say. You need to build experiences in life.
Yes, I think something which is good from my side can be bad from your side.
Right.
So there is something standard for the good and bad. इस चीज को समझाने के लिए, as an art educator, it takes me years to make any student of any age group to understand that this is not good, this is not bad. You have to decide if it is good or bad. If you're satisfied, it is absolutely wonderful. It is better than Picasso.
All right.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, I think we get.
Yes, there are some paid programs to start experimenting with. You can follow me on the social media. I would throw lots and lots of ideas there. Right now, also, I'm running a mindful nature art journaling program where people can get connected with nature, them the prompts to do. So that's how you can get in. And we do have a school for 4 to 12 years where we are conducting a very special curriculum for them. It is like, I always say that I just need 24 hours to show the transformation in your child. So that is the first. In first module, you can immediately see what the transformation is coming up in the child. And for elders, we do different kind of the programs. If some facing very severe, they need one-to-one. We have those therapeutic sessions also, and so we did our services into category. And I would say if the person unprogrammed or something like that, if they've frustrated, I would them practice that minimum 6 days, following up on the social chapter and bring practice for themselves. We are all available during the specific days. If they're doing queries, they can put up we can reach them anytime. We have that too.
All right.
It is like, you do it, this program, तो कुछ भी नहीं था मेरे को तो नहीं बता दी इन्होंने जो कर सकता हूँ. We all have it. We just that spark.
We are losing you again. Yeah, we are losing you again.
Okay, 1 second. Give me a second. I'll just change my internet connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
Yeah, maybe because of that. Yeah, sure. Take your time. Yeah, definitely it should be. Let's hope. Fingers crossed.
Because when we don't have rains, we complain we don't have rain.
And we have more rains, so.
So it's
okay.
So Shalini ji, is it like when you become an art-based therapist, do you require a certain kind of a degree or something like that?
Yes. If you're working as a therapist, definitely you need a specific degree, or you've done a research program in therapy. That is much needed. Otherwise, definitely you can share your experiences and the other stuff, and you can work as an expressive art with your expressive. But if you're talking about the therapist, then you have to have.
So like a viewer to know, how do you become an art-based therapist? Like, there are any professional institutions if someone wants to become an art-based therapist?
Now in India, how it went, I'll share that with you. See, I was working in the field of arts since 1998. It's been like, long time when I started working in the field of arts, and I was working as a creative director with Satyapal. So it worked there for 22 years. And at the same time, at the end, 20 years, I started my research with one of the English university on the art therapy. I always had a feeling to do a research work and to do a meditation and doctorate. So it happened. I got my degree. I got my doctorate from the English university.
We would like to know: are there any institutions? Are there any institutions or institution in India? Shalini, if I would like to become an art-based therapist, we just lost you again, Shalini.
Hello.
What we like to know, if I like to become an art-based therapist, so there are any, what do you say, colleges or institutions, or there are private therapists who conduct such courses I've heard about. So if someone wants to become ABT, like this is a term which is being used, so how does one take up?
See, I don't have the specific names, but I do know that somewhere in the south we have those specific colleges who are teaching you and giving you even the degrees for becoming an art-based therapist. But I'll not be the right person to guide you on what we have in India. So there are many things where courses coming up, but I don't know how much they are going in it and how deeply they are going in it. I would say being a therapist, you need to have a very strong background. You need to understand psych person very well, and it cannot be taught in like a week course or a 1 year course. Also, I would say it cannot be taught. It needs minimum of like 3-4 years of grilling so that you can understand the person. You will be playing with the life of the other person. So it is very important to have strong way to say yourself. Otherwise, you can a teacher, you can to and meditate quality. You can help to release certain, but then I suggest how to deal with a very questions.
We again lost you, Shalini.
No, you can't hear you.
Mansoor, we have to move a little fast.
Yeah.
3 more questions are there.
All right. Okay, Shalini, so for my last question from my side. So how has
Yes.
India adopted the art-based therapy?
And which year?
Uh,
It was, from which year it started, became more prominent?
I think so. It is still not prominent. I have to really face a lot of issues explaining it. I've been considered that as an art teacher trying to play with you to say that it is a that can help. So there's a lot of myths about it. And still India is in the process of accepting it and understanding it. And I'm sure people who experience it, they are able to understand it better, and then they can relate. So I am not in a hurry. I always recommend and ask people to explore and make their own suggest it to themselves.
So like it has been over 5 years, this has been, ABT has become people have started knowing about, or recent?
Yes, it is very recent in India. See, it has been very prevalent in the European countries and the America. We have those associations long time back, and this concept was started in normally, which is the art-based therapy. The name was given by the Adrian in 1950. So it is a very recent concept where where they studied the psychology of the Carl Jung and the other psychologists to come to this situation, to come to this conclusion that how art can help in different medical situations also. But yes, in India, it is very recent. It is just the matter of, I think, so 5 to 6 years only. And we still have the big community of artists in India, I would say.
So like, who's the father of art-based therapy? Who's the father? Like every culture or the treatment, like Reiki, pranic healing, something, wherever there is initiator. So who's the initiator for this art-based therapy, ABT? According, would we like to, your viewers like to know?
India or in the West, you would say?
Overall, you can say about India, about Western countries.
It was started in the American culture in 1950. That's what I was saying. Carl Jung was the first one to tell about the mandalas. He talked about the mandalas in the very meditative way and how they can be used. Now you see mandalas happening all over, but it was his concept. When he took it, that mandala can
We lost you again.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Thanks to the rainy weather in Delhi these days.
We still are fingers crossed for the rains in Mumbai. So it was raining heavily last night.
Few doctors, and Hamburg is one of them, Adrian Hill is one of them in 1950, who coined this word as art therapy. They were the psychologists. They were using art to heal people, and then separated the subject where art can be used, visual imagery can be used to heal people, and they coined it art therapy.
And what about India?
Just say India mein to sabhi kuch art was a therapy from the very beginning. Talk about all the Indian folk art, and if you go and speak to the artisans, and if you speak to them, their art was meditative by themselves. They were doing art meditative.
Yes.
They were making Madhubani paintings on the walls of their house for their happiness, for decorating them, which give them a lot of happiness. So art was in India was sab kuch abhi bhi. If I talk about art in India, everybody has that capability of doing it, and it has been used in the meditative way. आज भी आप
Yes.
अब rangoli, it is a Hindu tradition to make rangolis. You make columns
Yeah.
every day in the house. So this is a
Mhm.
form of art, and this motive can bring happiness. This
True.
motive, this kind of wealth, all the data based on that. All scientific shape has इंडिया में तो ये innate है, ऐसे बहुत strong. गए वो अलग बात. Playing Western.
So we are very blessed. Okay, from ancient times, we have art in every part of our lives.
Yes, absolutely. If you go to the traditional in India, you much more peaceful than areas. Why? Because they still have it. They still understand what is the positive energy and what is the positive energy. They're still continuing with this fact of life. Today, this Tibetan culture, we do Thangka paintings. In every family, you will see one person would be totally involved in doing these paintings. It was like, creative. It brought joy for that person also, but the people all. It is very powerful in our culture. Yes, it has
Right.
been coined and made to understand Western people because very good in documentation and concept. And helped us. हमारी चीज़ समझ के उन्होंने हमको समझा. Let's put.
That's all right. Okay, so Shalini ji, that was all based on your professional life and everything. Now we would really want to know all about the personal stories and everything. So I'm over
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
So if you want to know some specific things, you can coin those specific things and I'll answer.
So our coffee conversation is about little knowledge and little gupshup. So my question will be, Shalini, tell me about who is Shalini as a person?
It is like I would say, I'm on the path of self-discovery, and this bring me to every day.
That's
So
good.
that's what I would like to say about myself. That's what I consider myself right now. It's like that, and that's the truth.
So we are all discovering. So my next question will be, Shalini, how supportive has been your family in this profession of yours?
See, my family has been very supportive, very supportive, I would say. Because in first, file, it is just because they have the backup of the family. So I had a very strong life when I was director at such. I had the take care.
We are losing you again, Shalini.
Now.
Yeah.
So it demanded a lot of my time, and my family has been very supportive. And moreover, slowly and gradually, there are all challenges. But when you get into the solution, you carve your way. You understand to carve your way.
Mhm.
It is like life has been a thing, I would say.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. So, Shalini, who's your role model?
My role model is Satyapalji, with whom I have worked for 22 years, and he's my father. And whatever because of his blessings, and the way in every aspect of life, not only in the profession, but see what to see. So it has been a wonderful journey, and he has given me the direction too. He's given me the way. He introduced Osho to me. He introduced Sadhguru to me. So it has been such a beautiful to be able to work with him and blessed model I'm doing. I would just want to make his wish come true because he always told me that beta tere ko mil gaya na to sabko baant. And that's what I'm doing. That's for my life is, motto of my life is that I want to share whatever the life has blessed.
Super,
Very nice
super.
thought.
Very. So, Shalini, you must have seen transformation stories where with your patients. So, can you share some case study like for the viewers?
Yes.
What was it,
Obviously,
and what did you do?
it is always very powerful.
We're losing you again.
Again, just again.
Back
Start on.
now.
Yeah,
Am I back now?
yeah.
Yeah, you're back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was saying that it is always very empowering, when you see that you have those, you are able to help somebody to overcome certain situations in which they are going on. And I have seen very powerful cases for the children. They didn't have a lot of panic attacks, they have, a lot of even cases of the screen addictions. So this art therapy really worked well with them. And sometimes they were the causes of the severe depressions when they were not able to experience and they had the trauma inside for certain reasons. So these four things I have seen in the children, the art therapy worked like magic. And I have seen about one girl who was like very quiet at home. Nobody knew what was happening with her. Why? And the parents were very, 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 anxious to know ki kya ho raha, because they were giving that child each and everything. It was like, a rich family. So they were giving all the gadgets, they were giving all the luxuries, they were taking the child out for the holidays. But still that child didn't had the spirit of life. He didn't, she spirit and she was not happy for certain reasons. So we went deep and she's most like, and she did some exercises. We discovered that there were certain things which, a small thing, I would say a small thing. She saw one horror movie in her, that was like at the age of 2.5, 3 years old. जब बच्चे को हम कहते हैं ना sense भी नहीं होती. She saw one horror movie, and we discovered she was carrying those images in her head. Because in the regular exercises, we found that she used to draw one of her, and this is something that was very similar. So we went deep into it, and finally we discovered that horror movie has created a certain traumatic situation in her psychological behavior, which was affecting her, and she's always had the fear of any image. She'll not be fear to speak, she'll not be fearful to, but if she certain image from the backside or something, then वो घबरा जाती थी. So by believing that and bringing up that, the way we do our mindful art activities, we did some practices with her for a certain period of time, and we were happy to back to. Now she's back to life. She's like 12 now. And, I always stay in touch with her. It's with me very well. It's a beautiful feeling. And same situations I've seen with many children. In last 5 years, I have many stories to tell. I talk to the ladies. I used to do programs here. I mean, in South Delhi. So I used to do a lot of the midlife ladies, and there used to be, a lot of trauma for their family life, unsatisfied things. But this thing helped them to understand that what is important for them. They started doing it. They lost themselves somewhere in the house, but they discovered themselves, and it brought happiness. So that sort of a small stories, I would say there are plenty. Cases of migration, you can really easily, in 1 month, 8 sessions, you can easily solve the migraine cases because it's all here. Release.
Okay. Thank you. Because we have can we'll have one more session, Shalini, with you because there are many more interesting insights to know about
Yeah.
this therapy.
Anytime.
Yeah. We'd like to know, can you describe Shalini in one word?
That's a good question. Full?
Can you come again? We lost you, Shalini.
I said joyful.
Okay.
Wow.
Joyful. Okay.
Wow. Very good. Very good. So, my last question and last question from Mansoor. Last words for our listeners, Shalini. From my side, from my question.
Sorry, can you repeat the
Uh,
question, please?
can you say some, or you say last words on this therapy for the viewers?
I would just say that you all have the power to heal yourself. No problem cannot be solved. The only thing is cover your life and
We are losing you, Shalini.
I'll repeat it again.
Yeah,
I
please,
said,
please.
do.
Because these are the last ending words from your side.
yeah, I will say that you have the power in yourself.
Wow.
You don't need to heal yourself. We can just facilitate to help you discover how you can heal yourself. But the power,
Wow.
We lost you again.
the existence wants. I said the power to heal yourself.
The power. Yeah.
And it is just you have to discover
Okay.
which helps you. And we are there to facilitate you to discover yourself. And then it's done. It will be more joyful than ever.
Wow. That's very beautiful. Mansoor, one
Yeah.
last question from your side, which,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, Shalini, this is a little bit like a personal question for mine. What would you like to tell someone who's right now in therapy of any sort of therapy? What would you like to tell them?
Say it again, Mansoor. Say
I'm
it
saying-
again, sorry.
Yeah. What would you like to tell someone who's currently doing any sort of therapy, right, for his betterment or her betterment? What is the few advice that you would like to give?
Whatever therapy you are doing, please continue with it. But I would recommend and I would suggest try part of art in your life. See, I your own experience. And then don't take my words, don't take anybody else's words like this. It works with you. Just experiment and it takes nothing to experiment. Just in speed box, a sheet of paper, you a rough sheet of so you don't have to a lot of things have to be with any paper and discover your
All right.
anybody who's going under a medical treatment or doing any therapy, continue with it. I would say no, I would leave it and then you try along with that. There's no
All right.
So, such powerful words from Raadha Shalini. We'll end our session today. I hope all your misconceptions has been answered, and this is a very wonderful therapy. And good thing Shalini has shared here. This is an ancient therapy because art has been in India from ages beyond from what do you say Vedic times. So that was a wonderful thing which Shalini shared during our conversations. Art has been a part of our life, and we just ignore it. And like Shalini, there are art-based therapists who help us explore and heal ourselves through art and expressive mediums. So thank you, Shalini, for this wonderful coffee conversations. On behalf
Thank you.
of my co-host Mansoor and the Emerging India Forum, the Lions Club of Mumbai Shining, and we have our co-founder Ankita also, who is not there. So we continue our journey of having coffee conversation, having gupshup with such wonderful persons. So next week, our topic is on vegan food. So we have Nisha Sharma. Do join in at Friday 7:30 p.m. and with Shalini, we'll be having another session because due to this internet connectivity, we lost something part. But there were many good insights which she shared, and she has a lot of more to share. And because this is a very expressive medium, and I'd like to share one movie, Shalini, and for the viewers, you can watch the movie The Gift, which I saw on this on Netflix, where you said the child was going through some trauma, and the therapist just gave her the color pens, sorry, crayons, everything, and kept it over there, and didn't say anything. She just let the child be, no pressure, nothing, and with 2-3 sessions, the child started drawing and opened up what he was going through. So that is the power of art.
Yes, it is the most powerful.
Yeah. So viewers, you will get to know about many interesting persons, their personal journey about the topic. So do keep watching the Coffee Conversation at the Emerging India Forum. See you and stay safe. Enjoy your weekend. So signing off. Thank you, Shalini.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Shalini.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Take care.
Take care.